Okay. Yo everyone, this is Resa, and tonight is our last night in Wales. The past 4 days have been exhausting but exhilarating, mostly because I'm a big ball of fail when it comes to hiking. And anyways, so today, this time, we are in this extremely remote part of the waterfall country in Wales, and we had planned on looping around. So here's our hostel, and we had planned on looping around this way, through to a reservoir and then back. And it was interesting what ended up happening. So the first thing that struck me was that we to get to these waterfalls, we have to walk through this a bunch of farms with more and more sheep. Like England has a lot of sheep. Britain has a lot of sheep, I mean. And at one point, this dog with a collar bounded up dog with a collar without a dog tag or name tag bounded up to us and sort of led us, as in it was pretty obvious he was following us when we hit one fork and he went that way, but we went this way, and he came back and began running in front of us again. We ended up naming him Trevor until at one point an extremely vicious dog came up and chased this cat and sort of distracted Trevor, and Trevor ran away. Hopefully, he found his owner and he's alright. And then we went, after a very complicated walk again, we finally managed to meet the river, or the stream, whose Welsh name I will eventually find out one day. And we sort of walked along it. To get down to it, interestingly though, we ended up having to take a lot of detours and ended up scrambling across some rocks and trees, and it was really cool. It was like mountain climbing, to quote one of my friends. And then when we went to the actual waterfall, it was mind-blowingly gorgeous. Like, we walked under the waterfall and it was just like, wow, it's huge, it's falling right over us, and it's extremely wet. So if you ever go waterfall hiking, make sure you're okay with your clothes getting wet. And then after that waterfall, we were supposed to go on this other loop, but we ended up accidentally taking this other fork instead. And so we kind of got lost, took a couple detours, and while we were doing that, sheep, we apparently it was still between some farms and stuff, and sheep would be serenading us. Like, there would be this really deep voiced sheep and this really high pitched sheep, and then then a bunch of mid tone sheeps, and they would be like yelling across the fields, and we were like, oh my god, it sounds like they're serenading us. And then what else? So yeah, took a couple more detours, saw a couple more waterfalls, and then when we took a break for lunch, actually this was when we were hitchhiking yesterday, we passed by this one waterfall, and one of our friends actually almost fell off it, because it was these two very flat ridges, and it's also extremely wet because it's right where the waterfall is, and she was kind of walking along it and then like flat. So that was really thrilling. And this time when we took our lunch break, we were on the other side of the river actually, and so we kind of ended up seeing where she was yesterday. It was really cool because it seemed like what a like 50-foot plus drop, and the cliff was literally like this and went straight in. Later on, we ended up finding a post saying that this road was extremely dangerous and you should only take it with extreme caution. We went we went through it anyways. That is so awesome. Okay, and then lastly, one thing was really cool was that Welsh people seem to have this. Okay, I'll probably cut that part. One thing that was really extremely cool was after all the waterfalls and a couple more detours and north checking and feeling like we were getting lost, we ended up finally at this information point, and this guy was super, super, super nice. I don't know why I'm talking about this part, but like he showed us the shortcuts and the stuff, and then at one point one of my friends accidentally left her camera, and he seriously drove from the original information point all the way to wherever we went after we had already taken the shortcut. Somehow he managed to find us and return the camera. And when we were almost at the village where our hostel is, he reappeared and said, like, are you guys getting to the right place? Oh my god, he was so mind-blowingly nice. And that's it. What I found really interesting was the previous 3 days, I would get tired really, really easily. As I said, I'm a big ball of fail when it comes to hiking. But today, it was considerably easier. I guess not easier, but like I felt less tired along the trekking. I had to stop less. One hilarious thing was that I kept having to like grab a walking stick from a tree branch or something. So today was really, really a nice wrap up. And to wrap it up even more, I'm going to show you this super cool deserted hostel that we're staying in. So anyways, this is what the rest of our room looks like. There I am. Yeah. Okay. So these were the nicest bathrooms. And here's a door. In case you're curious why there's scratch marks, depending on whether or not my webcam can see it, it was because earlier a dog was actually like scratching at the door. Because guess what? There you go. Take in some Welsh countryside and farmland. Yeah, because some farmer owns this hostel, and his dog ran up here. Anyways, so that's it for now. Right now I still have no internet access, so I won't be uploading this until I get back to Norwich. Until then, see y'all next time.